Welcome, Ji. Let's start. Today, I'm going to discuss about the composite design patterns. Composite pattern is a kind of a software design patterns. So here we'll discuss one about the theory part, what the definition of composite patterns, and next we'll discuss how we can implement this pattern in either Java language. Okay, so let us look. So as per the theory perspective, the composite patterns, the composite pattern describes a group of objects that are treated the same way as a single instance. Okay, of the same types of object. Simple. That means कि composite pattern just describes the group of object. Just consider treat as a single instance object, and all the groups of object are the same types of object. Okay. So the intent of this composite pattern is to compose object in a into a tree structure. Okay, this is the kind of things. Let us compose means कि you are creating object with the help of another object. So let us we have a one object, okay, and you are creating another object with the help of this object. Okay, this is the composite object. So generally one class contain the reference of another class, maybe has a relationship. That is the you are composing, you are creating one object with the help of an existing object. This is the existing object, and you are creating a new object that have a own set of attribute, but also one existing one. So this is the composite object. So here you are creating composite object, but this composite object make a tree structure kind of things. So composite is the pattern is very simple. Just say you can compose object, and this is the group of objects, and all the group of object kind of same types simply. So let us write one example, and then we are able to distinguish the definition and actual implementation. So here let us first discuss what we are going to write. Here the main purpose is compose object in the form of tree structure. So let's tree structure like this. This is one tree. Then can have a child. Can have a child. Okay. Then can have a child. Again that can have a child. This type of structures we are going to create. Kind of a child. Kind of a child. So here let us simple example like manager. Uh, let's key the manager have a two lead position, two lead, and each lead have a some set of developer. Let's developer 1, developer 2, similarly developer 1, developer 2. So this is the each developer under this leads they are working, and might be one manager can manage two leads. So here look like this is the one manager object, this is the composite object. Manager have a list of leads object, list of leads objects. So they are created with own let's say name attributes, manager name and list of employee. And similarly lead is a also kind of a composite object. This is the composite object. They are composed with a set of two developer. So leads can have a list of employee, maybe list of developer. Similarly this list have a list of developer. So this kind of a you are composing object, and after composing might be you can play look like a tree. So here is the manager is a root, then this is the lead 1, lead 2, this is developer 1, developer 2. So generally last node they doesn't have any kind of set up employee, this is the single entity. So generally this last node you can say this is the leaf node, and this is the composite node, this is the composite node. So composite pattern simply say you compose object with the help of another object. So here lead are composing with the help of two developers. This is also employee. You know, in finally all are the employees. For any company, manager is employee, lead is employee, developer is employee. But as per the role, as per the works, they are creating structure like this way. Manager can have a two lead, one lead have another developer. So this is a kind of a example about your composite patterns. Composing object with the help of after composing you can become like a tree structure. So let's look like we write the code. So what we are going to write, we have a one kind of employee, this is also employee, this is also employee, this is employee, but employee have a different category employee, maybe a manager is employee, lead is employee, developer is employee. The developer is a one class, lead is a one class, manager is one class, but all is the employee. They can inherit at somebody behavior of the employee. So let's we have a class like a manager, okay. Maybe we have a class like lead, maybe we have a class like developer. But how to ensure that these all are the lead? So this is one kind of a, let's say abstract class employee, okay. Employee, just let's see, have a each employee should have a name. I'm just looking lots of properties should have. For example, let's take only one. So each employee should have a name. So each employee should extend employee, so each have a own name, okay. So here one employee class is a just abstract class, so that key employee can be manager is concrete one class, lead class, developer class, okay. Here you cannot create object, but each employee should have a name. Maybe something later, let's say each let's how to initialize name from the constructor. Let's see, initialize the name. So instead of here, let's see here just initialize your, and here you must have a initialize all the, okay. So now each employee have a name, but I want each employee have a some common like that's correct, but manager have a capability. Manager is a kind of a composite object, they can hold the list of lead. So might be we have here a kind of a list of employees, okay. And just we have a like public void add just employees, just employees dot add employees, whatever set of leads they have, just store. Similarly, you can say lead also have a some set of developer, the developer is also employee, so you can just write a developer, have a flexible. But developer doesn't have any kind of employee. Developer is an independent leaf employee, last one. Excuse me. So this way you can create a structure. So let's here we can say each have a some function. Let's say I want to display the name. So instead of writing, just say here you write a one method like abstract let's string display his name. Okay, display name. So I want each employee should have a display method so that we can display his name. So here we have to just override display and here return like this is the manager plus just like a name. What is the manager name? Okay. Similarly, each maybe lead have a lead. What is the lead name? Or maybe developer have a developer. So here each employee have a. It's good. Now let's make a tree structure. Now it's a now this is your you simply abstract class. So we can say ki manager is also employee, lead is also employee, developer is also employee. But developer is a only the leaf node, and these are the composite uh, class. Why? They have a construct created with a name, a plus is the list of employee. Similarly, manager have a list of employees. So these are the composite object. This object is created with the help of another objects. So let us we have a created developer, new developer. Let's give the name like Tom. Okay. Let's give we have a 4 developer. Okay. Developer 1, developer 2, developer 3, developer 4. Tom, Chris, Jerry, Sam. These are the developer. And let's key as per that we have a 2 lead. Just create lead 1 equal to new lead, and let's lead Mark, and then let's Josh, lead 2, and now let's we have a manager 1, manager, that's the manager name is Paul. So now these are the independent object, but let's see say manager dot display. So if you run it, the manager have a simple object, composite object, but here we have not composed manager, just only manager name is a Paul. Okay, so here we have to make a tree structure hierarchy. So we know our manager have a 2 lead, so manager can have a method add lead 1 and lead 2. Okay, that is the manager constructor. And if you now and also the lead, you can say lead 1, let's key lead 1 have a let's key d1 developer 1 and developer 2, let's associate lead 2, and similarly 2 developer are associated with the let's key developer 3 and developer 4 are associated with the lead 2. So now you are creating a structure. One manager have a 2 lead 1 have a 2 developer, lead 2 have a 2 developer. Let us just to if you run now, still they are displaying the only manager name. Okay, but this manager have a two leads also, but we don't know. So let us just write the definition here. So here we have a list of employees, just manager have a two leads, so somehow let's add here plus your let's employees, just stream it and just map your employees have a display, and that's just collector to collects. And similarly you can add for lead have a two developer, lead have a two developer, okay, lead have a two developer, and manager have a two lead. Okay, so in this way you can just change the, and developer doesn't have anything. Developer have a leaf node. The leaf node have only his name, this name claim. But lead is a composite object. They have a own name plus the list of developer. The own name plus list of developer. Similarly, manager is a composite object. Manager is his own name and is the list of is the leads. And let you run it. So this is the Paul, and Paul have a two leads, leads 1 and leads 2, and each leads have a just change it to just change it join to comma separated, okay, instead of array. Okay, we have to change here as well as okay. Okay, here we are just joining the name as a comma separated. Okay, so that's the manager Paul have a two lead, Marks and John. Marks have a two developer, developer 1, developer 2, and lead have two developer. Look like the diagrams we created. This is our your manager root node have a two lead. This is the lead 1, lead 2, lead 1, lead 2, and lead 1 have a two developer, and lead 2 have a two developer. This is the lead 1 have a two developer, and this is the lead have a two developer, and this is the manager have a two lead. Okay, so in this way if you look this also you can look out this lead as well as, let us lead 1 dot display dot, or similarly you can lead 2 dot display dot print and just run it. So this is the way you are composing object, the group of object. So here is the lead Marks have a two developer, and similarly your lead Josh have a two developer, manager Paul have a two lead have a two manager. So this design pattern is very simple. Just say we have a kind of a group of object that are composed with the help of another object. So in our example we have all are the employee, but our manager is an employee, but is a composite because his own name plus the list of lead. Okay, list of leads. Similarly, lead is a composite object, has own name plus list of his developer. But developer is a leaf node, they have only own name, nothing else. So this is not a composite object. This is simple object, this is the composite object. We are here grouping the list of objects. All are the same type. All are the employee. So composite say design pattern say कि uh, grouping of objects that are treated the same way as a single instance of the same types of object. In our case, we are grouping the employees, maybe a group of lead, maybe a group of developer, but all are the same type, all are the employee. So we are composing object like a tree structure. Okay. So in our case, manager is our root node. Manager is composite object. They are constructed with a list of lead. List of leads, maybe lead 1, lead 2. And our lead is constructed with the help of developer. Developer 1, developer 2. Similarly, this lead also constructed with the help of developer 1, developer 2. So this is the here composite object. This is the composite object. And this is the leaf node object. All developer are leaf node, all leads are composite, all manager are composite. So one thing we note, each all are the employee, and each employee have a one function, one common operation. Maybe in our example like a display. So here you can also invoke display, here 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 invoke display. The composite pattern say कि we are a grouping of object, all are the same types. But while compositions make a tree hierarchy, tree structure, and all components have one kind of a same behavior because all are the same type. The same method can have it. In our case, display is the same method for each object, maybe manager, maybe lead, maybe developer. All have a display method, all displaying his name. So in this note, you can say composite design pattern is a very simple design pattern, just a class and different group, just grouping the set of object. But while grouping, you have to consider you make a kind of tree structure: root node, then child node, and last leaf node. And each object of the same type. Maybe in the case of our employee, manager is employee, lead is employee, developer is employee. And each object should have some common function. Should have, why not? We all our object, maybe manager, lead, developer, are the subclass of employee. Employee have defined any kind of a common behavior for all. So all the composite object have a kind of a common function. In our case example, like display, each employee displays name. Okay. So hope this help you to get the better understanding about the composite design pattern. Okay. Again here I like to say thank you for watching this video.